aka Coach O'Neal with a real. And this is today's first episode of the relaunch of From the Bottom to the Top podcast. Today I have a guest, my homeboy from out of D-Town, Mr. Ovon Morgan. So y'all take care, man. Tap in and get ready. We're finna have y'all a good show. Let's go. Hey, how you doing, bro?
What's the business, man? What's the business?
Man, it's good to have you, brother. Finally, we can make it happen. You know what I'm saying? We kind of doing it on a freestyle tip because short notice, but I want to get it done because I know you guys gonna
Righteous.
hit soon, man.
Nah, you good, you good, you good. Let's get to it.
Yeah. So, we met working wise, man, and I just wanted to know what
Righteous.
was your drive. What's your drive, man? When it comes to your music, your product, and what you give to the people.
Well, basically my MO is just being my authentic self. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? You know, in a world full of imposters. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times people portraying something that they not deep
not
down
exactly.
inside. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And I see that a lot across social media. You know what I'm saying? We see a lot of our gangster rappers is not really even gangsters. You know what I'm
man,
saying? You
true.
know, a lot of people that portray something across social media, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people not what they post to be. You know what I'm saying? So, it's it's the real me. You know what I'm saying? So, that's basically what I'm selling. I'm selling
Send us
authenticity. You
all, man.
understand me? Originality. You understand me?
You
So
selling
that's yeah.
you selling real soul. That's what I was gonna say. You selling real soul, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I'm nothing more, nothing less, man. I'm not finna sit up here and try to front like I'm something that I'm not. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I'm just that's the passion behind, just real. That's basically where real comes from. You know what I'm saying? When I say Ovon, aka Mr. Real or Real Entertainment, real is really an acronym. It's
uh,
REAL, right? And it
yeah,
means revealing everything about life, you know, because
hmm
I'm telling my story about my authentic self. It ain't just saying just like, oh man, I'm real. I'm the realest, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But everybody that knows me know that I'm real and know that I'm authentic. You see what I'm saying? But it also has the back meaning of revealing everything about life because that's what I when I do my music, when I do interviews, when I do podcasts, it's just me. You feel me?
And I get that. I see, when I listen to your music, I hear the self reflection in it. See what I'm saying? A grown man in it. See, I feel
Righteous.
that's why I know I resonate with you. When talking with you, man, resonates with me. You feel what I'm saying? Because I'm on my
Righteous.
spiritual. I know you're a spiritualist like myself, and we on a similar journey. You know what I'm saying? It's like we got our own journeys, but we're not too much different from one another. If that makes sense.
Right.
And that's what really made us click. I remember when I first met him, I'm like, man, who this brother is over? And I said, man, where you from, man? And I'm from B-Town. Man, I'm from H-Town. I was like,
Yeah, my second
it's
home,
like,
man. My second home is Houston, man. You understand me? Yeah, I got family, man. I got family out there, man. It is,
yeah,
I call it right down the street. That's a 3 hour drive for me, but, you
yeah,
know, that's still right down the street, man. Let me hop on the road and, you know what I'm saying, shoot to that
yeah,
H-Town, man. I know I got family there. I got friends there. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? You there, you know what I'm saying? So, hey, man, that's my second home right there. So when you say H-Town,
Yeah.
that's almost like automatically saying family. You did.
No, I know so let me see what I want. Where I want to go through the song "Closure," man. Tell me a little
Right.
bit of closure, bro, to the ladies, so the ladies can understand.
Okay. So
Mhm.
when I dropped the song Closure, you know what I'm saying? A few years back, man, I'm gonna say around the pandemic and up till about 2021, you know what I'm saying? I was in a relationship or whatever, and I went through some pretty severe toxicity, you know what I'm saying? Just extreme narcissism, man. When you really catch feelings for somebody that's a narcissist, you
It's
know
rough, boy.
it could be traumatizing. You know what I'm saying? It could be traumatizing. And so when I was going through it, I was working at the time and I was a supervisor at the
Mm-hmm.
time. So a lot of times I really wasn't doing too much at work. I'm sitting around in my truck because I'm just making sure the work get done. So
Yeah.
that's when I got a lot of the music done because I would just, to keep me from nodding off, I'm just sitting in my truck with some beats going, you know what I'm saying? And,
Mm-hmm.
some of the guys at work would even be like, do you rap? Do you do music? Cause they're like, we drove by, we seen you doing something with your hand and you had your head down and just they
Yeah.
could tell from my energy like I was in my truck writing or rapping or something. So that's why a lot of the guys find out I did music. But it was basically like a therapeutic. It was a therapeutic thing for me, because I was writing through what I was going through at the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't really talk to nobody about it. I didn't, my best partner, he locked up, and you only got a handful of people, that you could just really sit down and talk to. And you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
You're right,
what we
brother.
what we say, like, man, the brothers don't have a safe place to go. You see
Yeah.
what I'm saying? You can't sit down and talk to some females, man, because a lot of times you try to sit down and talk to the female, at some point she gonna throw it back up in your face.
Yeah,
You
you're
know,
right.
you know
That
what I'm saying?
boomerang
Or
effect.
like, so a lot of times probably talk to my partner, man. My partner, he locked up, he got a life sentence, man. So,
Yeah.
a lot of that stuff that I was going through emotionally, you know, men don't talk about how they feel. So I'm talking to that pen and that pad, man. I'm just, you know, and that was kind of like that was one of the last songs that I wrote. I had wrote some songs to where I was basically telling a story.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm thinking about, I haven't officially titled the album yet, but the thing that I was thinking about was the Diary of a High Value Male, the DOAHV. You know what I'm saying? The
Yeah.
Diary of a High Value Male. And I tell the story about the relationship from the start to finish. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? The first song, which is Cryptic, which I haven't dropped yet, which I'm still sitting on. I'm talking about how I first met her, and met her in the gym. I kind
Yeah.
of felt like it was divine intervention the way we met each other. It
Mm-hmm.
was I felt like it was purposeful for the simple fact that it was organic. Because we
Yeah.
so used to meeting people online, we used to meet people on social media, on dating sites. I felt like I felt like that had some purpose to it because I just met her organically. Like I'm in the gym working out, I'm looking over at her, she looking over at me. You know what I'm saying? I approached her and just the chemistry was good. You see what I'm saying? But to make a long story short, I wrote a song from begin. I wrote songs just from beginning to the end, and
Yeah.
Closure was the last song that I did because I literally it was like I had to give myself some closure. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I knew I wasn't gonna get it from her after
Understood.
we broke up. You see what I'm saying? And that's what closure a lot of times is for us. Closure is not for the other person.
Other
You see what
person,
I'm
correct.
saying? If a person know that they did something wrong to you, a lot of times they not gonna come and apologize, or
That's
or
right.
a person might not even feel like they did anything wrong,
Mm-hmm.
especially a narcissist. You see
That's
what
the
I'm saying?
accountability.
So
That's the
right, that's the
accountability.
accountability. So that's where the song Closure came from. The closure was just me, just kind of talking about the situation, just talking about how I felt, and I had to give myself some closure. You see what I'm saying? And it was really real. That's why I kind of
Yeah.
been sitting on the album because it was real. It's very personal. Usually, I was writing songs just for entertainment, for other
Yeah.
people, writing what I think people wanted to hear. But this was the first time that I really was just like, man, I'm finna spill my guts,
No doubt. No doubt.
and the
Uh,
and the purpose behind it was to kind of dispel what I want to do with this album when I do drop it. I want to dispel the myth of men being able to talk about their feelings and express their emotions. You
I
feel me?
definitely
Because
feel you. I want to
yeah,
commend you on that. Not to cut you off because you getting in depth,
yeah,
but I feel that because you right. We can't, and then when we do, it's frowned upon like we weak or something. You
exactly,
see what I'm saying?
exactly,
Uh,
yeah,
I want to say I like the Grown Man album. I know that's not the album. That's your mixtape, right? The Grown Man album is the
yeah. Grown Man Business, Volume One. That's the mixtape. That's the album that's right now. It's
okay.
streaming. It's on Spotify. It's on all
Mm-hmm.
the streaming services, Tidal, Google Play, you name it. You know what I'm saying? iHeartRadio, Pandora. Yeah, all you gotta do is search over 'em. But that's the first album, Grown Man Business Volume
So,
One,
so you
and
doing
that
part
was
two?
that's when I'm working on part two now. Volume,
Okay,
Grown Man Business Volume Two, The Diary of a High Value Male. You know what I'm
I
saying?
feel you.
Where I get more into the first one was just kind of just like this all grown man songs is for the ladies, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? A couple of them for the fellas. But this Diary of a High Value Male, I call it a diary because I'm literally like pouring my heart out, just really talk about
Mm-hmm.
how I feel and my emotions. You feel me?
I like your body at work, brother.
Yes,
I like
sir.
to live. I'm gonna take the songs I'm rocking with right now. Is Closure, I
Yeah,
Deserve,
yeah. I
Dripping
deserve that.
Sauce.
Yeah, Tripping Sauce. Yeah, that's H Town. Shout out
Yeah,
to H Town, man. That's it. I can, let me pause you right there, man. Let me pause you right there, man. Cause when I dropped that song, man, it was a lot of people was like, oh, you trying to sound like, because it kind of sounded like Hawk. Everybody was saying it was
yeah,
reminiscent of Big Hawk. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And I was like, yo, why y'all tripping about me trying to sound like somebody? I was paying homage to H Town when I did that
yeah,
song.
yeah.
You see what
For
I'm
sure,
saying? Like I
for sure.
wasn't trying to copy nobody. Like I
Yeah,
wanted to sound like some Houston. You know what I'm saying? None of these niggas got a swag like mine. You know what I'm saying? I'm the type to ball out with the game on the line. You see what I'm saying?
uh,
You know,
yeah.
it's like I was reminiscing then when I did that song. Like, man, I'm dripping sauce, man. And I shot the video in Houston.
I seen
You
that.
feel me?
I
Yes,
seen that.
man. That's why I said, man, come on, man. You better stop
Hey
playing with
man,
me,
you know
man.
what? You know what? Before we go any further, let me say something, man. Artists got to remember something. They are their own brand.
Thank you.
All
That
this,
part.
all this. You trying to sound like somebody that's not that, man. You got a skill, you got a talent. You need
Thank
to
you.
make money off your brand, man. So
Righteous.
if you got to come down here and you got to network with these guys, that's cool, man. Do that, and
Right.
you know, let people know what you're trying to do. You're trying to create because see, it's all about creating, man.
Yes.
This is
That's what it
business.
is.
This is all business. These people that's coming into the rap, you don't understand. This is all business, man. Stop
It's
looking at it like,
90% business.
yeah, don't look at it like you trying to be Tupac because you ain't finna be Tupac in this era, son.
No, you're not because it's a different era. You see what I'm saying? It's a different era. And a lot of people don't. One of the first things when I got into music, man, and one of the first things my manager taught me about music is 90% business and 10%
Mm-hmm.
talent. So your
Mm-hmm.
talent is only 10%. You know how minute 10% is out of 100%?
Damn trip.
90% of the music is business. That's why a lot of artists from the 90s and the 2000s, that's why they got screwed out of their publishing. They didn't own their masters. You see what I'm saying? None of that. They didn't stay independent. I think one of the first people that inspired me on the independent tip was Slim Thug. Cause Slim Thug
Yeah,
had a chance to
hold on,
jump
hold on.
out there on the
Thug Boss
majors
did.
with Pharrell. You
That's
know what I'm
right.
saying?
Thug
Come
Boss
on,
did his
man.
thing. Yeah, Thug
He
Boss
the
did his
boss of
thing, man.
he the bosses of all bosses, man. That's what Thug say. The
Yeah.
bosses are all bosses. Cause Thug was his own boss. He owned his masters. The labels didn't own him. He owned himself. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? He was getting money independently. And the boy still getting money and still doing it right now, 20 years later.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what I'm
true.
talking about?
That's
Nah,
true.
real spill.
Yeah, they try to knock that boy, man, but you can't knock nothing that's epic and keep making good content. You can't do that. You just leave that man.
Nah, yeah, man. You can't knock greatness, man.
Yeah, yeah, man. So I had another song. It was Netflix and Chill, and then Rebuttal. That was my last two. I was gonna say, man, this man really got something. You kind of give me Tank vibes in a sense. You don't sound,
Yes.
like, but
Nah,
the way
the
you're
vibe.
expressing, yeah, the vibe, man.
Yeah, that's what I always hear too, and that's cool. I don't mind hearing Tank because I know Tank is a established artist. You see what I'm saying? He's
Yeah,
an established R&B artist. So a lot of people say, "Hey man, you kind of remind me of Tank." It was back in the day. I hadn't heard it in a while, but back in the day, a lot of people were saying they kind of when I first started, because now I started out rapping. You see what I'm
yeah.
saying? But when
Mm-hmm.
I started getting older, I was like, man, I'm getting away from this rap stuff, man. Because I'm seeing what was going on back then. All the rappers was going to jail or they was getting shot.
That's
Same
right.
thing right now.
That's
10,
right.
15 years later, rappers either going to jail or they getting shot. So I was
That's
like,
why.
man, I ain't. I ain't trying to just, identify as no rapper like that. You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's
I'm an
why.
artist, man. I'm making songs. Yeah, I can flow a little bit, but I can also sing. So hey man, I'm gonna go
I
to
like to see
R&B rap. But
it.
I used to get Jaheim. I used to get Jaheim a lot too.
Yeah, we catch. Yeah, Jaheim too. I can see that too. You're right. You're
Yeah,
right.
the Jaheim. Yeah,
We
yeah.
catching the vibe here, man. I was going to tell you that. What did you say? You said something about dang, we were saying something about the music scene. Oh, being a rapper. That's what you were saying. I'm like
Right,
you. Like I'm looking more for if you in your 40s, 50s, making something like kind of for the cafe or some blues. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Cause
right,
grown folks
right.
need a vibe too. We need a vibe too, man.
No, for
We don't
sure,
need.
for sure.
We don't need to be talking about no shoot 'em up, bang bang. And I can see if you rap
No,
about choosing up on a gal or something like that. I can
yeah.
respect it. But you ain't there here putting no headlights on nobody, man.
Nah, man,
You see
nah,
what I'm
man.
saying?
I may throw a couple of lines, I might throw a couple of lines in there, you know what I'm saying, to let
Yeah.
them know they don't try me, you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Like,
of course, of course, of course.
because I say, it's a little line that I say in a song, and I say I'm over 40, but I keep that 40 on me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Just
that makes sense.
let them know, like, hey man, you can't run up on school, man. You run up
Yeah,
on school, you know. School ain't lacking. You ain't finna catch school lacking
and
now.
then look, and then he ain't fighting fair.
No,
I
man,
ain't
I ain't
fighting
fighting for it. Come on. What I'm finna fight for? Ain't nobody doing no fighting.
fair.
Sure. These youngsters don't want to fight. They don't want they don't want that old school muscle. Cause they know
Yeah,
school will mop them up. Cause
yeah,
they ain't got that grown man strength yet.
yeah,
The young
yeah,
whippersnappers,
yeah.
man. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, I'll put that 40 on you, man. They ain't got
I'm
hollows
fighting
in there,
for
man.
my
Stop
life.
playing with me.
Shit.
Yeah,
Uh,
man. I I'm
what's the
spiritual, but I still keep that divine protection with me.
bam?
You hear me?
There you go. There you go. What was I gonna say, man? What's some advice you give to some of these youngsters, man? I mean, positive advice before we get up out of here, because we already pushing the clock. But what would you like to give these young guys
Man,
about?
I'm gonna say stay consistent. Stay consistent and be authentic.
Okay.
The my main thing is authenticity.
Mm-hmm.
Authenticity gonna get you everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Authenticity is gonna get you everywhere. And staying consistent is gonna keep you relevant. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because I've been doing music for a long time and I stay relevant. The reason why I stay relevant because I listen to the times and the music. Because if you don't change, you're gonna get lost in the sauce.
That was correct.
You
Correct.
got to change with the time. So that's what I did with me being an artist. I didn't start trying to sound like the young cats. I
Yeah.
just adapted my sound to sound like today's sound.
Overstood. Overstood.
And why I'm still relevant at my age, because they
Mm-hmm.
listen to it and be like, hey, that sound like today's music. You see what I'm saying? Like what you were saying, like one of my old partners, he used to have been a little reminiscent of Tupac. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't come out right now, sounding like Tupac. Folks gonna be looking at you like, man, that sound like, you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
back
1990.
then, like,
1990.
no, you gotta
Something.
adjust. You gotta adjust with the times. You gotta be authentic and you gotta stay consistent. Because if you come out copying somebody, you
Yeah.
gotta keep it up. And if you can't keep it up, you're gonna fall off. Like
Take that.
I'ma say, I'ma say, what's his name? Designer. Remember he had that song Panda?
Yeah, Panda. Yeah, Panda, and then he fell
When
out.
when when Designer came out, he kind of sounded like Future a little bit.
Yeah.
People kind of mixed him up with Future. You see what I'm saying? And then
Mm-hmm.
he had that one song, and after that, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, because
He
that
out of
Tommy,
there.
the
So
other
you
song he
gotta,
tried to do, he had
yep.
another
So
called Tommy. That song didn't do nothing.
yep. So staying consistent, you know what I'm saying, and being your authentic self, man. That's it.
And then you said something like I cross watched the interview of yours, bro. You was telling people to invest in themselves.
To
You,
invest in yourself. Yeah,
yeah,
that was the interview that I had just did with connecting the dots. I'm gonna post that today because I just did that last week on the 20th and they just got it over to me. So that was one of the things because it was they I kind of asked me a similar question too. You know what I'm saying? What was some of my
yeah,
advice as an entrepreneur? And that was definitely one of my answers. Is
okay,
invest in yourself because if you ain't investing in yourself, I mean, that was the quote that was the quote that I had said. It was back when Ludacris had came out. Do you remember?
Yeah,
That was some years ago. Remember Ludacris album Chicken and Beer, right?
yeah, I'm chicken and beer. That's my
I can't
album, matter of
remember.
fact. That's my
Right,
favorite, one of my favorite albums right here.
I can't remember what song it was, but on that album, he said, "I signed myself to myself and start writing my own checks."
Yeah, I remember
That's
that.
in
The verse.
2012. In 2012, that's when I started my own label. Like I've been had my label since 2012. You see what I'm
Man,
saying? You
understood. That's
know,
what's
and
up.
so I signed myself to myself
Yeah, so
and
you can
start
promote
writing my
yourself.
own checks. So now everything that I buy, everything that I purchase with my music, it's a tax write. I can write it off on my
Mm-hmm.
business tax because I'm showing that I'm paying for video shoots, I'm paying for models, I'm paying for the locations, I'm paying the videographer, I'm paying for my own studio time, I'm paying for my producers. When I'm doing my music, I'm running my own ads. I'm running ads on Facebook, I'm running ads on Instagram, I'm running ads on TikTok. I'm spending my own money. When they see my name and they say sponsored by,
Mm-hmm.
perception is everything. You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying? They're gonna say, man, this dude, I'm steady seeing ads from him, sponsored ads. He got the blue check. You see what I'm saying?
we got to
I'm
talk
putting
about
my
that.
I'm put
Me
Yeah,
and you
I'm
got to
putting
talk
my
about
own
that
money.
shit.
I'm putting
Yeah,
my own money. So the money that I make on the job, we met on the job. We made some pretty good money. So all of
yeah.
the money that I take, I started funneling. And before we go, it was something that my mama had said to me, man. Me and my mama was just having a conversation. And she real profound like that, man. She really good for them one-liners, man. We'll just be having a conversation and
Mm-hmm.
she'll hit me with one of them one-liners and I'll be like, man, that's nice. Let me go get my pad. I'm gonna write that down. We was having a conversation,
Yeah,
and she was like, boy, she was like, baby, you still after your music? I said, yeah, mom, I love this music. You know what I'm saying? I said, I ain't gonna never stop because it's what I love. And I said that in the other one, on the other podcast. I said, I don't care if I don't never get famous. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
I
I'ma
heard that.
still do music, but because I
Yeah,
still love what I'm gonna do. I still love what I do. But she did tell me, she said, well, she said, you know what? Just keep, she said, keep working for your music until your music start working for you.
ooh, I like that. I
I
like that.
said, it blew me away. I
Shout
said, you
out
know
to
what?
Mama Morgan. Shout out to Mama
Man,
Morgan for
shout
giving
out
us
to
one
look.
line.
I pulled my phone out with the quickness. I said, I'm finna write that
Yeah,
down. And that's
yeah.
why that was another quote. It's like, I signed myself to myself to start writing my own checks. Keep working for the music until the music start working for you. So I don't care, bro. I don't spend thousands of dollars. I ain't gonna even lie
I
to you. I don't
understand.
spend thousands of dollars. I done spent way more money that I done got back from my
Understood.
craft.
Yeah.
But I ain't tripping about it because I know one day
Hey, it's gonna come
when
back.
I hit, it's gonna all come back. Because I'm paying it forward. I'm paying it forward. I'm sending it out into the universe with my
Yeah,
passion. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
no
Hey,
doubt.
you know what? I'm finna put this out. I don't care what nobody think. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing what I love. You know what I'm saying?
So hey man, we finna get up out of here. Y'all hear this y'all young fellas hear this man dropping gems on y'all, man. He's telling y'all
Yes,
some
sir.
real news y'all can use.
You
Also, I want
did.
y'all to go check out him on all platforms at the real Ovon. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. That's correct. At the real Ovon. I'm on Instagram, my TikTok if it's still around,
Mm-hmm.
my Facebook. Everything is at the real Ovon. TheRealOvon.
Well, hey man, I had a good time with Ovon. I caught a vibe with my brother and Ovon.
Yes,
You
sir.
welcome on any other time, bro. You know you part of the family now. Heard it from the bottom to the top podcast family. So we need to
Let's do
come on.
it.
Let me know. When I'm your host, I'm
Whenever
your coach.
whenever
Coach.
you wanna do it again.
For real, we got it. I got it. I'm just finna do the outro right now. But I'm
Yes,
your
sir.
host, I'm your coach, and it's my brother Ovon. Y'all go check him out, ladies, and let me know what y'all think. Y'all get back with it. This is From the Bottom to the Top podcast. Peace.
Holla at your boy.